My name is Raj, and today we'll be working on the present tense conjugations of verbs in Spanish. Before we understand the conjugations, we need to understand the basic concept of verbs in Spanish. So the verbs in Spanish have individual roots that are unique to each verb, but endings that are one of three options: AR endings, IR endings, or ER endings. So for example, the verb hablar, which means to talk, has an AR ending. Vivir, or to live, has an IR ending, and comer, which means to eat, has an ER ending. And in Spanish verbs in the present tense that are not irregular, so regular Spanish verbs in the present tense, the root of the verb remains the same, while the ending of the verb is conjugated based on the subject. So just for review, in the verb hablar, habl is the root and AR is the ending. Viv is the root and IR is the ending in vivir, and in comer, com is the root and ER is the ending. Now, before we understand the conjugations, we have to do a final review of the subjects, because based on the subject we're talking about, the ending will be different and the conjugation will be different. Yo means I, tú means you, él, ella, usted is he, she, you formal, nosotros is we, vosotros is you all informal, and this is an exception because vosotros is only used in Spain, which means that it's not something that comes up very often. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes is they masculine, they feminine, and you all formal. So now, the actual AR verb conjugations. Yo, o. Tú, has. Él, ella, usted, a. Nosotros, hamos. Vosotros, hais. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes, han. So now let's do un ejemplo con hablar, or an example with the verb hablar, which means to talk. So with the yo form, we'll take our verb, which is hablar, get rid of the ending. So now we just have our root, habl, and we'll add our conjugation. So for the yo form, it's o. So we get yo hablo, which is I talk. And we'll be using the same process throughout. Tú hablas, you talk. Él, ella, usted habla, he, she, you formal talk. Nosotros hablamos, we talk. Vosotros habláis, you all informal talk. Finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan, they talk. Now we'll talk about the ER verb conjugations. Yo, o. Tú, es. Él, ella, usted, e. Nosotros, hemos. Vosotros, es. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes, en. So now we'll do un ejemplo con comer, or an example with the verb comer, which means to eat. Yo como, I eat. Tú comes, you eat. Él, ella, usted come, he, she, or you formal eat. Nosotros comemos, we eat. Vosotros coméis, you all eat. Again, notice the accent mark in the vosotros conjugation. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes comen, they eat. Or ustedes, again, is you all formal eat. Finally, IR verb conjugations, which are very similar to ER verb conjugations, except for the nosotros and vosotros form. So let's take a look. Yo, o. Tú, es. Él, ella, usted, e. Nosotros is now imos. Vosotros is is. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes is en. So with the verb vivir, which means to live. Yo vivo, I live. Tú vives, you live. Él, ella, usted vive. He, she, or you formal live. Nosotros vivimos, we live. Vosotros vivís, you all informal live. Again, vosotros is only used for Spain, in Spain. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes viven, they live. I hope this was helpful. This was just an introductory lesson to the present tense conjugations in Spanish. We'll do some more practice, learn about the irregular verbs, and then we'll move on to different verb tenses. Thank you.